Hi everyone, and welcome to our little YouTube channel. We're going to document the life of this little fella. This is Mika. Mika is a Siberian Husky puppy, and if you've found your way onto our channel, you'll probably have seen the other excellent Husky YouTube channels out there. I'm not in a position to give expert advice like many of those YouTubers, but we're just simply going to document how this little fella lives and grows. So this is Mika. He is a 13-week-old Siberian Husky Pup, and we have had him now for 3 full days. This is day number 4, and as you can see at the minute, he's having a well-earned kip after a walk this morning. Because he is a pup, he is obviously sleeping a lot, as a baby would do. Needs time to recover, relax, grow, and he does do a lot of napping like this. As soon as I make any sort of movement, however, he will sit up, guaranteed, because they do, as you see from other YouTube channels, they do follow you around a lot, which is nice in its own little way. But because he's still very young and getting used to us and we're getting used to him, he does tend to feel a bit anxious if we leave the room. We tried for the first time last night, we tried putting him into his cage. We'll move over and see the little cage over here. And it's one of these Kong cages, the large size. And because it is the large size, we have sectioned it off so that there's not so much room that he does feel free to use the toilet on one end and use the other end for his bedding. He didn't like being in there, and we realised we were asking too much, obviously, in one go. So we did revert to what we'd done the previous couple of nights and let him sort of chill. He prefers to sleep on the floor. We've got a little bedding for his cage there, and he was anxious and tearing at that, so we realised we were asking too much. Because I've moved, he is now awake, and here he is, getting a little drink of water. Bundle of energy, loves cuddles, is extremely friendly with other people and with other dogs as well. Very, very friendly chap, but he's very tired. One of the other mistakes I realised we were making, we were walking him too much. So recommendation for a 3-month-old puppy would be roughly a 15 to 20 minute walk at the very most, as I understand it. And we had been taking him for a slightly longer walk than that. So we have cut back on the walks, and it looks like he's content there and going to go for another nap. We've got a few toys, and he seems to be teething at the minute. He enjoys sort of tug of war with a rope and loves things that he can bite on and chew on. We did have difficulty finding treats that he likes to eat, but we've managed to crack that one after lots of unsuccessful treats and brands that weren't motivating him, that weren't doing anything. We seem to have cracked that nut, and just over here he very much enjoys these treats here, and as soon as I've lifted the bag, his wee head is perked up because he heard the rustle. Yep, there he is. The other thing that's been really successful so far, we have been using this little bell which we attach to the door, and every time we take him out to the toilet, we give the bell a little ring, and then we take him out, he goes to the toilet and we praise him and he gets a little treat. And that's been working really, really well, to the point that now on day 3, just yesterday, he appeared over at the door on 2 occasions and rang the bell with his nose himself. We opened the door, took him out, and lo and behold, he went to the toilet, which is great. He's still tired from this morning's walk, so he's going to have a little nap there, and I will probably take him out to the toilet soon, I would imagine. So one of Mika's favourite things is having a belly rub. He loves having a belly rub, his back rubbed, under here, under his neck. He loves attention and cuddles. stretches out his legs, and it's very cute and very nice. He'll quite happily sit on your knee and be cuddled and held and rubbed. But one of his favourite places to be is on the floor. And I think it's probably to do with the temperature, and because he is a husky pup and they have this very warm coat, I think the floor feels very cool. So he does like to nap on the floor. We got him one of these lovely little cooling mats as well, which are great for the summer. He uses it sparingly at present, but it is there and he has used it. Also the same with his bed. He does use that occasionally, but he seems to prefer the floor of everything. And he does quite like this large teddy bear we've got of an elephant. He does quite like to play with that as well. But as you can see, he is quite happy, quite content on the floor here, just having a nap and having a little bit of a rub at the same time. Yes, I'm talking about you, mister, yeah? So this is Mika, because I'm on the other side of the gates. He doesn't like being separated. He gets anxious, but obviously part of growing up means that he has to learn to be separated. So we'll just pop Mika in the cage. We're doing some cage training, and because we're in the room right now, he's not going crazy with the yelping. But you can see that he's not very comfortable. So what we're doing is we're keeping him in just for a couple of minutes at a time. We're in the room, and then we do let him out and give him a treat. And we'll gradually aim to increase that if we can. You can see we've sectioned off the cage, so he's only accessing about half of it. Good boy, Mika. Mika? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So Mika has settled in the cage. He's having a little nap. He's been in there for about 5 minutes or so. We tired him out by playing quite a few games with him so that he was ready for a nap. And we encouraged him to go into the cage by offering him treats and lots of positive encouragement and praise. And then we lay down beside him for the first few minutes to help him get settled. And now we've just gradually moved away, and he seems to be quite relaxed now and comfortable in there, which is great. And we've gone for a Kong cage, which is reinforced, and I picked up that little hint from one of the other excellent husky YouTube channels, and because huskies can actually bend the wires with their teeth of some other brands of cages. But this is a real progress because he seems quite calm in there and quite settled, which is wonderful. Well done, Mika.